So hi, this is a short tutorial for you. So basically, if you have the low poly and if you import uh, the high poly into your scene, you'll see that it doesn't even have a UV. So all that's happening is basically the high poly geometry is being projected to the low poly. So if your low poly, let's say, is a bit in a different place, you're going to have issues when baking it. So what I suggest is you looking into the settings in here. So for example, if I go to new, select my low poly and say OK, and when I come to bake it, and I bake mesh maps and select the highest high poly, there are options here for using a cage, or the max frontal distance. You can come a bit forward, max rear distance, just play with these until you get something uh, closer to your model. So if I bake it, it's gonna search for a bigger field around the mesh. So there might be some differences between your low poly and your high poly. So you have to make sure that your low poly is very similar to your high poly mesh. If it's not similar, right? Let's say I'm just gonna make a change here. So let's say your high poly is selection. Your low poly is like this, and it doesn't match your high poly. I suggest you edit your mesh so that it kind of matches the high poly. You can't really do too much here. So that's why your level 0 has to be always the main level you export, because your level 0 is the one that has the UV mapping. When you go to level 1, 2, 3, or 4, or 5, you don't have a UV map anymore.